welcome home.
Yeah.
Welcome home. Let's get it started. You looking like money.
Big money.
Big money, Blue. Okay, formerly Baby Blue. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the name change, especially considering what you were doing time for. I'm trying to figure this out.
Man, they gave me that name in prison.
Okay, why?
Man, as soon as I walked to the door, that's what they called me. They called me the whole prison big money. It is what it is.
So you accepted it?
Yeah, it is what it is. That's what it is.
But do you think that's the smartest thing to accept with the wire fraud charges? And
it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I did my time, you know.
Well, you actually got out early.
I got out early.
How did that happen?
You had like the FSA that Donald Trump put in place. It's called the First Step Act. So they give you like 15 days for every 30 days that you serve every month. So it kind of deducted time off my sentence, you feel me?
Okay. So I know the last time that we saw each other, it was not this Millennium Tour, it was the last one. We was on a beach, remember?
Yeah.
And you was just kind of like in a zone. You was like in the water, swimming with a big old chain on.
Yeah.
Pleasure P was out there and just kind of getting mentally prepared for what you were about to face. How did you mentally prepare to go to the pen for, 20 months?
Man, I don't know. I was more concerned about finishing my don't before I went in. I was really worried about making sure the don't was done before I went in. You know, spending time with my kids and just, you know, having loved ones around me and stuff like that, making sure I had access to finances while I was locked up so I ain't had to depend on nobody, stuff like that.
So where was your mind at when you're like, okay, this is something that I want to do with the PPP loans? I mean, everybody was going through it during the pandemic. I know me personally, when things shut down, you're like, well, where's the next check coming from? What's really going on? So where was your mind at when you're like, this is what's about to go down? This is what's happening?
Yeah, man, I just had made so much money selling face masks on like an e-commerce site. I made like $250,000 with that.
Okay.
So at the time, I'm consulting this football player and his manager in you know, they football management agency. So I'm consulting him. I'm like, hey, y'all ain't getting in on this. Maybe I could build y'all a site that does rubber gloves or does hand sanitizer, because it was a lack of those products in the market. And man, this man just ripped me into the other thing. He's like, oh nah, Blue, man, no. I was actually buying sprinters for the tour.
Okay.
For the Millennium Tour. He like, nah, man, don't use your money for that. Let me do the loans through the football agency like we do for the football players. So I'm thinking that this is going through the agency that normally when a football player is in off season, they might need like $1 million. The agency throw them $1 million and add like 10%, 20% on top. So I'm like, yeah, man, go ahead. It's cool. So now I get the phone call middle of the night. He said, you still need the funding? I say, yeah, I got to buy the sprinters for the tour. I wake up the next day, 400,000. Mm-hmm. Wake up the next day, 700,000.
Okay.
So I'm thinking this the football agency money. So when I go to my accountant, and I tell my accountant, I say, look, I got to do this. He say, what is this $250,000 that's missing? I say, man, I gave that to the dude that did the loan. He say, oh, that was fraud. Let me get your lawyer on the phone right now. Oh, no, they can't do that. I say, what? He say, yeah. And everything started going from there. I started preparing from that point right there.
Okay. So you already saw the writing on the wall.
Nah, I had no clue.
Okay.
I ain't know what was going on until my accountant told me.
Okay. So he informed you what was happening. But let me ask you a question. Because when that was going down, when the rumors did start to spread about these PPP loans, right? Mm-hmm. You was on Instagram stunting kind of hard.
I've been stunting though.
You do, but it was a different level though.
I just made $250,000 selling face masks. When nobody in the country had masks, I had masks. I had them early because my manufacturer that do my clothing line was like, yo, there's a virus in China called coronavirus. It was called coronavirus. He was like, it's called coronavirus and people just dying. It's like airborne, right? They didn't even know what it was. They thinking it's airborne AIDS or something. He said, you're going to get rich selling masks. I'm like, man, I ain't worried about the masks, man. What's up with my order? Where my inventory at? So now when the first announcement that somebody died in America on the news from coronavirus, I'm like, yo, you still got the mask? He said, yeah, I got a whole factory, man. Let's go. And I made the website. Boom, I went up right there.
So you was good on the paper then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I spread the money around in the hood.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, man.
So you get out early. You on house arrest. What were you doing around the house?
Around the crib, decorate interior.
Really? You picked up a new skill?
Nah, man. I like doing the interior decorating for real. I really like fly stuff in the crib. So I really was just trying to get the crib fly for a podcast and working on my book, typing out the book that I end up writing in prison.
Okay, what's the name of the book?
I think I'm gonna call it Blue Magic, or I'm gonna call it Art of Hustling. I ain't really sure yet what name I'm sticking with, but it's pretty much my whole life story. It's actually started with my father, then it goes into my mother, then my life, and basically, you know, how I was born a hustler. It's in my DNA because that's how my parents was.
Yeah. Now, when you talk about your life and Pretty Ricky as a group. Before Pleasure Peaks, I remember you guys from back in the day. Remember the glitter outfits and everything? I mean, we've been rocking for a minute. But then all of a sudden, you guys are really responsible for that R&B sound, bringing that back to Miami and putting it on the map worldwide.
Worldwide, really, yeah. Because at the time when we came out, you know, it was really just saturated with rap music. It was no R&B, baby making style music. And I mean, outside from R. Kelly, but he kind of like took a back seat real quick. He transitioned to, I don't know what type of music that he do now. It's like more like lifestyle music, I think. It wasn't so much bedroom stuff. But we kind of infused it with rap and really transitioned the music to the solo artists, the single artists having to have both genres of music in their repertoire. So that'll give you the Drakes, the Nicki Minaj's. Even back then, the first artist that we seen actually come with the formula after we did it was Plies. You know what I'm saying? He did the record with Pleasure. Then we like, okay, they caught on. Then boom, it went everywhere. Because even another thing too, back then you couldn't even play records that had sensual content on it.
I mean, because y'all raw.
Yeah.
It's raw.
Yeah.
Especially on the radio, like, what they said, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we talk that nasty talk, man. It be sensual. It's for the ladies, man.
It's definitely for the ladies.
A lot of women tell us that they lost their V card to that Pretty Ricky, for sure.
Which song specifically?
Man, you got Love Like Honey. You got Make It Like It Was, Grind on Me, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. I mean, there's so many
How many times, I mean, it's hard to be in a group, right? You see all of these groups breaking up from back in the day. How many times did you want to walk away from the group? Because you guys talked about it on Love and Hip Hop, you know, the ups and downs of Pretty Ricky. How many times did you want to walk away from the group?
Man, every day. Every day I want to walk away from the group because it's so many personalities involved and there's so many egos and everybody want to be the chief but not the Indian. You know, sometimes somebody think that they got the know-how and really they don't. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you in a group and everybody grown, you got to allow people to have a voice of reason. So it's like, do I really want to have to keep dealing with this? I think at the point now, where I'm at now, on my Big Money Blue thing, like,
Big Money Blue.
yeah, I'm stepping away right now and focusing on what I got to do because I got to make sure I can feed my kids, my family. I got to make sure I can keep my girl in that designer. I got to make sure I can stay in them nice foreign whips and them big cribs. And I got to be able to feed myself. When I was locked up in the feds, I had a lot of time to think. And I'm like, man, I'm in here doing this time by myself. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could really depend on more people, but I can't. Everybody got their own life they living. So it just opened my eyes up a little bit more. It made me feel like I need to make sure that I'm more independent and got things going on for myself outside of Pretty Ricky. You know?
You got to have multiple streams of income for sure.
Absolutely.
But that's so interesting because in this day and age, right, being a superstar, celebrity, social media, how hard is it to keep up with the Joneses? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people go the extra mile to really just kind of like keep up with the Joneses, but they're really not living that lifestyle. But then they act like that they are. Yeah,
I think right now in this day and age, because Instagram is so, it just plays such an important role in everybody's life. I feel like, man, stay in your own lane, do you. You know, have your own individual personality and showcase that to the world. A lot of people like genuineness, authenticity. You feel me? You ain't really got to keep up with the Jones, man. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Being what you know now, right? Going to jail, getting out early, coming back, taking on new ventures. Would you do anything differently? While you were sitting there, you were like, man, I should have did this. I could have did that. What would you do?
The lesson that I learned out of this whole thing was double check everything. Double check, source it, go online, Google, do the research, background check individuals, because in our life, you end up with so many people around you, and unless you background check them and check their paperwork and you feel me, like double check, make sure they Gucci, you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? People will portray that they one thing and really they something else. So that's what I learned from this situation. Because if I would have just Googled the dude or anything, I would have knew better.
So who put you on to him? What was his
fact
checks?
Man, the agent dude, he just came down here. He was moving around, and he ended up spending some money over there at G5 and end up in the mix over there with them. And then I was already in the mix, so he just came across, my path, and then somebody kept trying to get me to work with him. They like, man, he need consulting. He trying to do a record label. I'm like, I don't know. And they just kept bringing this man around me. And then I'm like, man, what do he need help with? You feel me? And then he ended up signing Bobby Lights. And then I'm like, okay, I like Bobby Lights. Let me see if I can help with Bobby Lights project. And then I end up doing a record with Bobby Lights, and it went viral, got over 1 million some screens online. I was like, okay, you feel me? Now we getting some momentum. But, it just turned into what it turned in would do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he ended up snitching. He ended up going in, trying to make me the scapegoat, you know what I'm saying? Doing Fed phone call, wiretaps, all that, man.
So where's he at now?
He in prison.
Okay.
He in prison, but I mean, he took down a lot of people. And the thing that I didn't like about it, I'm a native Miami boy, man. Like, for you to come to Miami and then you tear down so many families that's here. I'm talking about he took down a lot of local business owners that really grinded all the way from the ground up to start their businesses and become entrepreneurs and make their way in this city. He took all them down, man. A lot of people, club owners, barbershop owners, you name it, man. That man did his business.
Damn.
I'm like, dang.
Damn.
Yeah.
Lesson learned for sure.
Lesson learned.
What's up with Slickum? How's he doing?
I don't know. I
Where's
ain't
he
really
at?
heard from nobody. I'm on my own thing. I don't really check on nobody like that, man.
Is he okay though?
I don't know. I would say that he okay. He always good.
Okay.
He always good.
Because he's like the wild child.
Yeah, he gonna always
He like
be.
the
But
ODB.
we got 1 million of those in this business though. The Kodak Blacks and the Futures and the Slickers
But
and the
but I
Waynes.
mean, when y'all are together, it's just a great combination.
It
Because
is.
Spectac is like the social media guru now. Kind
Okay.
of people switched off and did their own thing. Pleasure P is doing his R&B thing, working on his solo joint,
Yeah, I think everything that y'all see from everybody is pretty much who they been being their whole life. You're just seeing like a magnifying glass on it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you sent me a record,
I sent you a record. This is my first day out record.
the first day out. So talk to me about this project and what it means to you.
I mean, this what I worked on while I was in prison, man. The boys, they heard this record 1 million times in prison. I be in prison writing and rapping. You feel me? Everybody come in the cell or whatever, and we party and we do a
You're
big.
partying in the cell?
We partying in there, man. We
What you
man.
mean you was part?
Man, we partying, man. We snicking liquor in and everything, man. We doing whatever we can do.
What was y'all drinking?
Man.
Was it the wine, the toilet wine, or was
hey.
it actual like?
Nah, man, all that though. It depends. It depends, cause see, they caught me with the phone at the first prison.
Okay.
Right, the first prison, we getting in big boy bottles, everything. Okay, when they moved me to the higher security prison, that prison we couldn't really get it in like that, but they gonna make the liquor in there with the put it in the bag and heat it up and make it. And by the end of the night, you know what I'm saying? It's
So
a
you
party.
know how to make that now?
Nah, I ain't learned how to make. I was trying to.
Where did they make it from?
Like potatoes and sugar
Okay.
and stuff like that.
And
like
does it work? Does it do the
yeah,
job?
man, they be lit. Man, they be drinking them up. Man, they be lit. Yeah, it be a real party in there. We really in there living.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out to everybody at Coleman, man. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I'm just trying to think of that whole process, like the extremes you got to go through, and then now you out back in the life, like.
Yeah, it was definitely a movie, man. I'm talking about you wake up every day, we playing spades, we playing poker, we reading, we educating ourselves. That's like fundamental. It got to the point where I actually start giving courses on e-commerce and credit repair, financial courses to try to teach some of the other guys in there how to better themselves. And we'll share knowledge, man, on real estate and anything. Everybody who in there, you talking about dudes in there with 300 million, 200 million, 100 million. So we just spreading knowledge around. Matter of fact, I brought a dude with me who is actually a part of like the reentry program for dudes that get out of prison. He doing a lot of community service around the hood and helping, you know, people come back in, get cell phones, get free clothes, things of that nature. I would love for him to say hi on the mic. I don't know where he at.
Looks like he's recording. What's his
Oh
name?
man, you need to get over here, man.
What's his name?
Giovanni.
Giovanni.
And his business is called Reentry One.
Okay.
Yeah, get over here, man. Say hi, man.
Well, watch out.
How you doing?
So if there's somebody that is coming back into, I guess, civilian life from the prison, what do they need to do? Where do they need to go to get the information to have access to the program?
Well, they can contact us. They can reach us on our website at www.reentry1.org. We on social media at Reentry1 Inc. They could reach us there as well. They can DM us. But we go inside of all of the prisons in South Florida, and we connect with people that's about to get released. And that's the best way because we prepare them before they even get out here. So when they get out here, they can hit the ground running.
That's important. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
That's
man.
important.
Thank you.
Some people don't know where to go.
Absolutely. And so with the help of Blue, we were able to actually go into the federal facilities and connect with the brothers over there and get them. In fact, right now I got about 10 of them right now working at the Hard Rock Stadium with us, gaining employment because it's a hard time getting employment if you got that background. So I got them over there, putting in work right now and just showing the world that and the community that they're changed men.
Give the people the website one more time.
Yeah, you can reach us at www.reentry1.org and just go to the service tab and just click it and fill it out and let us know what you need and we'll get to you.
That's important.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Let me switch gears. Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
What's going on? Are you back on the show? What's happening?
I don't know. I mean, I was communicating with them while I was in prison, and then when I got out, we had our, entry conversation to see if I fit what they doing with the cast this season. So you never know, man. Be on the lookout. Love and Hip Hop Miami. That's a big deal for the city.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I got a story to tell.
Let me tell you. Speaking of stories, you know how you have these groups like, of course, New Edition. I would love to see a Pretty Ricky story. I mean, because y'all story, when you really dig deep, is a movie.
I wrote it.
So it was already happening.
And I wrote the book in prison.
I mean, so
Yeah.
what are we doing? Are the guys on board? Like,
I mean, I wrote the book, man. It is what it is.
I want to see it. I want to see it played. I need the dramatization. I need all that.
It's one step at a time.
Okay.
First thing first, bomb. First day I dropped the record. Then I got to finish typing out the book. I still got to get it edited, published. I might self-publish it myself and release it online through my social media platforms. I don't know yet. And then from there, transition that into a script, then the movie, etc. So it's just a process.
Okay.
I can only do so much. I only been out like a month or something. I got out February 7th, and then I had Halfway House first. Then they put the ankle monitor on me. Then I couldn't move around. I just seen my probation officer yesterday, and she told me I can't travel. I got to get approval for everything. I'm like, I got to go get this bag, though.
Exactly.
I got to go up the road. They trying to do coming home parties everywhere, man. What's up? And she just like, be patient. Let me go through everything. She want to go through my finances so she can see where I'm at and, keep track of what I'm doing.
But you're a real one because you was just like, okay, when I get on, I'm on house arrest right now, but when I get off, I'm coming to see you, and here you are.
I'm here. I
So
keep my word.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Real quick, we were talking about movies. Shotters 2.
Yeah.
What's going on with it?
Well, we was filming Shotters 2 before I went in. I filmed my scenes. So I don't know exactly where they at. I haven't spoken to Kamani yet or the production company since I've been out. I literally just got my other cell phone like last night. So I'm gonna start reaching out to everybody and see. I actually was locked up with one of Kamani brothers, so I got a letter for Kamani from his brother.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I gotta give him his letter, man.
Wow, that's amazing.
Kamani, where you at, man? Call me. Tell somebody call me, man. I got a letter for you.
I love Kamani. What up, Kamani?
I love Kamani. I work out with Kamani every day, man. Kamani's serious with that gym. Man, that man don't play, man. I thought I was serious, but Kamani don't play. Now in prison, they gonna make you do burpees all day. We doing 100 burpees a day. You know what I'm saying? But Kamani, he be on the egg. I'm talking about he doing the sprints back and forth on the court. All that prepared for Shotters 2, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
We waiting. We waiting on Shotters 2. That was a classic Shotters 1, so we waiting. I need you to stay out of trouble.
I'm out of trouble. I'm low key. I'm chilling.
Okay.
You feel me? I'm focused on my music.
Big Money
You feel me?
Blue.
Big Money
Formerly
Blue.
known as Baby Blue.
Yeah, but I grew up though. It's Big Money Blue now. You feel me?
First day out. When can we expect this project?
First day out. That's right now.
Yeah, but I mean the whole project.
Man, I don't know what I'm doing. I might just drop a record a week with a
Okay.
video with it or something like that. The game kind of changed from before where you do the whole album. Like right now, we got a whole Pretty Ricky album just sitting. Unheard.
What we doing? What are we waiting on? Time is of the essence.
It's just sitting, but it's like when you talk about albums, then you talk about the marketing, then the publicity, then getting everybody on board to promote it, then the tour, the alignment. It's just too much, man. That's why I had to just pull back, focus on what I got going on, cause see how we can move, we can make this happen. It wasn't no, oh, let me call this manager, that manager. You like, hey, Blue, hey, yeah, and I'm here. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was
Real quick.
easy.
This is a piece of work around your neck, and you did get caught up a little while ago at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Did you learn any lessons from that? Because you was like, yo, I'm not giving up my chain. They
Yeah.
didn't get your chain. But, it's kind of like, were you willing to die
Man,
for the jewelry?
I'm willing to kill for it, man. This a Cuban leap, man. I'm a Miami boy, man. This what you gotta have here. You need a don't, you need a Cuban. It just come with the territory. And, I just felt some type of way about somebody trying to, take what I got, you know what I'm saying, what I worked so hard for. And for the most part, yeah, I learned, you know what I'm saying, make sure I keep one with me, but, it is what it is.
Well, we happy that you're here. Welcome home.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through.
Yeah.
First day out
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, play that. They gonna go crazy about it. Play that.
Well, we ready.
Okay.
Work it out, but
I love
welcome
it.
back home.
I love it, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well received, man. Thank you. I love you, K.Foxx.
Love you too.
And I like your hair too.
Oh,
Ooh.
thank you.
Yeah.